Well, there's a war brewing on in the halls of Congress between one Congresswoman-elect Sarah McBride and Congresswoman Nancy Mace.
What?
What's it about? Is it about the economy? Is it about the borders? Is it about Trump?
How about no?
It turns out that Sarah is a dude.
Hello!
And Nancy Mace says, fuck that.
And I'm gonna make you all learn to love it!
I'm Jasper Gonzo on this. Also, Mace is willing to die on this hill.
Yes! Yes!
Oh my. And it's what's next. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Jasper Gonzo, what's next? Your daily dose, common sense, facts, salt. Hope you guys are feeling good today on this day. Well, did you know there's a war brewing on Congress right now? I know you might have missed it, but what's going on? You know, could it be about the borders? Could it be about the economy, inflation? Could it be about Trump and his picks or Trump himself? No, it's about dudes who like to feel pretty in women's bathrooms. Why do I say that? Well, the newest member of Congress, one Sarah McBride out of Delaware, and Representative Nancy Mace have an issue. Turns out Sarah's a dude, and Nancy Mace wants nothing of it. Oh my. And she's willing to die on this hill. So, good times. And here we go. This comes out of New York Post. Representative Nancy Mace introduces Capitol bathroom bill. Incoming transmental Sarah McBride responds. Representative Nancy Mace out of South Carolina unveiled a resolution on Monday that would ban transgender men from using female bathrooms inside Capitol, drawing immediate criticism from Democrat Representative-elect Sarah McBride, who is a dude. Biological men do not belong in private women's spaces, period, full stop, end of story, Mace wrote on X, sharing her legislative proposal. The resolution calls for a prohibition on House members or employees using bathrooms, changing rooms, or locker rooms other than those corresponding with biological sex, such individuals in the Capitol or House office buildings. And that is Nancy McBride, excuse me. The bill directs the House Sergeant-at-Arms to enforce a new measure, which Mace is seeking to attach to the House rules package that will be voted on early next year. Never thought this would happen, Mace wrote in another tweet, declaring that protecting biological women starts here and starts now. Her proposal comes weeks after Delaware voters elected McBride to represent the state at-large congressional district. Once, quote-unquote, she is sworn in, McBride will become the first openly transmental member of Congress. McBride, 34, slammed Mace's resolution as a distraction. Yeah, that's a woman right there. Quote, everyday Americans go to work and with people who have life journeys different than their own and engage with them respectfully. I hope members of Congress can muster that same kindness, she wrote on X. She, quote unquote, this is a blatant attempt for the far right-wing extremists to distract the fact that they have no real solutions to what Americans are facing, McBride adds. We should be focusing on bringing down the cost of housing, healthcare, childcare, not manufacturing culture wars. Delawareans sent me here to make the American dream more affordable and accessible, and that's what I'm focused on.
The path forward for this? Well, number one, I want to see this in the House rules package. I want to make sure that no men are in women's private spaces, and it's not going to end here. This shouldn't be going on any federal property. If you're a school or an institution that gets government funding, this kind of thing should be banned. I think it's sick, it's twisted. I have fought like hell for women's rights. I mean, 25 years ago this year, I became the first woman to break the glass ceiling and graduate from a military college that was formerly all male. And to see the way that I've been attacked today and last night for fighting to protect women and girls, it's ridiculous. So if that being a feminist makes me an extremist, I'm totally here for it.
Is this effort in response to Congresswoman McBride's coming to Congress?
Yes, and absolutely, and then some. I'm not going to stand for a man, if someone with a penis is in the women's locker room, that's not okay. And I'm a victim of abuse myself. I'm a rape survivor. I have PTSD from the abuse I've suffered at the hands of a man. And I know how vulnerable women and girls are in private spaces. So I'm absolutely 100% going to stand in the way of any man who wants to be in a women's restroom, in our locker rooms, in our changing rooms. I will be there fighting you every step of the way.
How do you think the speaker should address this? Just in the House rules package, or?
The House rules package would be fine, but we can't stop there. I mean, I'm working on legislation that would ban it on federal property. I'm working on legislation if you are a school that is funded by the federal government. This shouldn't go on. And if I'm being fought like this as a member of Congress across the country by mainstream media like you, Imagine what the underage girl goes through at her school. The shame, seeing a biological male in a women's space in a girl's restroom or in her locker room, it's crazy. And if McBride wants to go to the gym, she can go to Planet Fitness, where they allow biological men to be around in a room in a private space with underage girls. Like, no, thank you. It's not going to happen, not on my watch, and I'm going to stand in the way of anyone who's crazy enough to let men into women's spaces. It's not a thing. It's not going to be a thing up here. I'm going to fight like hell for all women and girls. Thank you.
One, Sarah McBride, real name Tim McBride, for all of you want clarification, of course, context. No, the fact of the matter is that you've had 4 years of so-called Bidenomics, flooding the borders, hyperinflation, can't afford bread, milk, or eggs. Gas is almost at $4 a gallon. A foreign policy that is a disgrace to the world stage, a dementia-riddled old man running around with his finger on the nuke, and of course an incompetent vice president. But yet you say Delawareans voted for me, to get things done, to lower this cost and that cost. Really? Even though you guys are the ones who caused it. Well, that's okay. But regarding the transgender bathroom bill, and Nancy Mace, I've seen a couple of clips of her, and she is adamant about this shit not going down. She said, this is a hill that I will die on. I will make sure that no man ever enters a woman's bathroom, period, full stop, end of story. I love it. I absolutely love that she's got that fire in her. Now, I was never the biggest Nancy Mace fan, but on this, I'm behind her 1,000% because this shit cannot go on in our schools. This shit cannot go on in our workplaces, and definitely this shit should not be going on in the Capitol. They need to focus on real stories, real issues that are affecting each and one of us, being that Trump is coming in January. So, Tim McBride, yeah, you better find another bathroom because that's what Nancy Mace expects you to do. Savage. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it, hit the notification bell so you guys know this thing. Continue spreading the word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching as always, and we'll see you next time. Peace.